What page was homework?
35 and 36.
Thank you. Page 35, 36. Awesome. So 35, 36. Okay. So my friends, let's take a look at the page 35, the word problems. Are there any of those you would like me to focus on for you? Number one? All right. Here we go. All right, so let me type it up real quick.
This row is 100.
Okay. So here's our first question. Ready? Work out? It's not, well, your book is out. Your homework's not open. Okay. This says Fred bought 5 new baseball cards, and I'm going to mimic what we'll do on the quiz tomorrow as well. Fred bought 5 new baseball trading cards to add to his collection. The next day, his dog ate half his collection. Okay, there are now only 27 cards left. How many did he start with? Okay, so there's an awful lot to this that is not really, it's not really mathematical. It's just trying to convey a story. So he bought 5. So friends, talk to me. If we bought 5, what would that mean mathematically to you? Do what? Yeah. So he bought 5. So I have a plus 5 that we're going to deal with somehow. Okay? So I'll probably highlight it, but I'll probably emphasize it in this. I'll say, hey, what does bought mean if that was one of the questions? All right. 5 new baseball trading cards to add to his collection. The next day, his dog ate half his collection. Okay? So we might have to come back to that. He now has only 27 cards left. Okay, so I would say, being he has only 27 cards left, we're going to have this equal 27. That's part of it. And I think we're going to have a plus 5 in there. Okay? Fred bought 5 new baseball trading cards to add to his collection. Next day, his dog ate half his collection. Okay, so let me ask you this. Were those 5 cards included in his collection, or was half the collection eaten, and then he got 5 more cards to have 27? What do you think? Yeah, I think he had got those 5 cards, and then the dog ate half of them, including those 5 cards. So let's see. So his collection would have been X plus 5. Okay, the collection being X. He had an X amount. He bought 5 more, but then Puppy Dog ate half of them. So look what we have there. Does that somewhat make sense? Okay, so he had a certain amount of baseball cards. He got 5 more, so he has 5 more cards. Puppy Dog ate half of them. Now he only has 27 left. Does that make sense? All right, friends, I think we're ready to start solving this. What should we do? I could distribute, but then I'd have half X plus 5 halves. I like that. Okay, both ways will get you the right way, but if you distribute the half, you're going to wind up with a bunch of fractions. But if you see it right away, So the first thing you should do with these kind of problems is if I distribute the half, do I get nice whole numbers? And if so, that's fine. If I don't, let's not do whole numbers, or let's not do fractions. Let's multiply this by 2 over 1 and this by 2. And when I do that, this cancels this. So 1 distributed over something is what? Yeah, it's the same thing in there. So I just keep x plus 5. And then I go 27 times 2, 54. Thank you. And if I subtract the 5,
49.
yeah. Well, that's not that big of a collection.
I did it differently, but I still got the answer.
I love it. How'd you do it?
So, I put the equation as 1/2 x plus 5 equals 27. Then I multiplied 1/2 x by 2 over 1. And I multiplied 27 by 2.
Perfect. You did it well. Yeah, it's going to work that way too. There's many ways that we're going to think through these and we get the same answer, which is great. Okay? My friends, are there any other the word problems I can help with? What? Yeah.
I'm not sure what number it is. Maybe another one.
Do another one. So let's see. I have the sum of 3 consecutive odds is one of them. I have Joan had $220 to spend on 8 books. After buying them, she had $12 left. Sum of 3 consecutive numbers. Sum of 3 consecutive even numbers. Oh, we did the Oceanside bike rental, right?
2, 4, and 6.
Oh, we did 2, 4, and 6, right?
So,
So
3 is 7, or 5 or 6.
let's do. So we did 2, 4, 6 yesterday.
Yeah.
Let's hit number 5. I don't think we'll see one like number 7 on the quiz, so we don't have to worry about that one. So let's take a look at number 5. All right. So let's read it first, then we'll kind of highlight what we think. It says the sum of 3 consecutive numbers is 126. What is the largest of the 3 numbers?
Are we doing 5 or 4?
Yeah, it's a small.
Oh,
What's those?
I did the wrong one. Cool. What am I doing? 5?
Yeah, it's just the sum of 3.
Oh, yeah.
It looks identical pretty much.
Here, we're going to do that. All right.
The sum of 3 consecutive even numbers is 90. What is the smallest of those 3 numbers?
All right. Is that one right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Hi.
Doing this, sir.
Do what I can. Yeah. Can only be the Rhinestone Cowboys sometimes. All right. So this says the sum of 3 consecutive even numbers is 90. What is the smallest of the 3 numbers? So let's highlight a few things that are some sort of importance to us. Sum 3 consecutive even is 90. Okay? And then we want to know what the smallest would be. Okay, so I circled the bottom smallest just because we can get a good working of the problem with the first sentence, and then we have to make sure we answer the second sentence. Does that make sense? All right. Even numbers. What do you think? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, right? Sound good? So these are even. So I have to add 2 to get the next one, right? Another way to look at this too is from here to here, you add 2. From here to here, you add 4. From here to here, you add 6. From here to here, you would have to add 8. So that might be something to kind of think about. Okay, so we're looking for 3 numbers. 1, 2, 3. Is 90 is equal 90. Well, I add, subtract, multiply, divide in between each of those dashes. Add. Yeah, the sum is plus, so I'm going to write it plus. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. If this first one is x, what should the next one be mathematically? X plus 1 or x plus 2? 2, because they're even, right? Because 2, 4, 6, you have to add 2. No, odds are also x plus 2, x plus 4.
Okay.
If they're consecutive numbers, x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3. Okay, so basically what we did is we took care of this portion right here. Let's take care of the next number looking at that. What does the next number have to be? X plus 4. All right. X add up to what? 3x. 2 and 4 add up to 6, I believe. And then, let's see. Subtract 6. I think that's the right way to do it. And I'm going to get 84. Does it really? Okay. Okay, divide each side by 3. 84 divided by 3 on a calculator gives us what? 28? All right. So you said it's an even number. Is 28 an even number? And then we wanted what? We wanted even. So is this going to work? Okay. All right, so this would be 28. This would be 30. This would be 32. Now let's go back to our, what is our smallest number in that sequence? 28. That's my answer. Okay? So my friends, if this was a problem on the quiz, and actually on the quiz we don't have it saying what's the smallest, it'll say what are the 3 numbers. But if this was on the quiz, if you gave me answers of 28, 30, 32, you're absolutely right, but I'm taking 1 point off because you didn't answer the last question. But on the quiz tomorrow, I'm not going to have what's the smallest or what's the largest. Okay?
And you can check it because 28 plus 30 is 58. 58 plus 32 is 90.
Perfect. And they're all 3 even numbers, right? And they're all one after the other. Yes, sir?
So we don't like, once we get the 3 numbers, we don't have to solve the 15, we don't have to solve the rest of the 15.
It is solved. I mean, we've solved everything we can about this, but this asks what the smallest number was of the 3 numbers. So the smallest number was 28. So if you truly got to just 28 and you knew that was the smallest, you could stop there. Okay, if that's what it asked. If it said what are the 3 numbers, then I want all 3 numbers. Cool? Any others off the word problems? Let's flip to page 36. See what we got. Anything there that from 8 to 15 that would be much better for you to see in person?
We got some fractions over there.
13. Oh, you said the magic word. You got some fractions. 13. Okay.
So you wanted 15 after that?
13 then 15 works for me. So I have m over 4 plus m over 2 equals 5 over 8. Am I writing the right problem down this time?
Yeah.
Yay! All right. I have a denominator of 4, 2, and 8. 4, 2, and 8. 4, 2, and 8. So an easy way to get the common denominator is go 4 times 2 times 8, because those would definitely go into each other. But that creates a little bit extra work, so that should be a default safety measure. But my friends, what's the smallest number do you think that 4 goes into, 2 goes into, and 8 goes into? 16 are close. 12, 8 doesn't work with it. 12.
16 does go, yeah.
16 works, but 8 works best because it's the smallest.
Oh, you can use the same.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, If one of the denominators happens to be that the other two go into it, then it goes into itself. So yeah, I like it. Good job. All right. So we have decided that 8 goes into itself once, 2 goes into 8 4 times, 4 goes into 8 twice. So rather than multiplying by 8, I'm going to multiply everything by 8 over 1, which is the same thing. Agree? Okay. Here we go. 4 goes into 8 how many times? 2. So what does this result here? 2m. Plus 2 goes into 8 how many times? 4. What does this give us? And then 8 goes into itself once. What does this give us? 5, yeah. I believe these are like terms because they both have an m. Agree? So 2 plus 4 is 6. So what's 2m plus 4m? 6m. Last step. Divide by 6. My friends, is it okay if we get a fraction for an answer? Of course it is. Okay? But that takes a relatively complex problem and makes it a lot simpler, I believe. Did I also hear number 15? Was that the... Okay. Can I move off the screen? Oh, sorry. It's going back. Good to go. Today's is so much better as a teacher. Back in the day when I had chalkboards you'd erase, wait, I'm like, it's gone forever. But now.
Too bad, so though.
Yeah. All right, so number 15, I have 2d minus 8 equals 11d minus 18d minus 3. Okay. I don't have any fractions. That's good. But I do have some distributing. So this 3 gets distributed to both of those. Agree? So that's going to give me 3 times 2d is 6d minus 24, because 3 times 8 is 24. For the other side, should I go 11d minus 18 and get like negative 7? I need to distribute. What do I need to distribute? You're absolutely right. Negative 18. Thank you so much for carrying that negative with it. That's actually where a lot of people will make a mistake. They'll do the distributing of 18 just fine. They forget to bring the negative with it. Okay, so just caution on that. Let's see, I got 11d. Negative 18 times d is negative 18d. Plus 54. Woo, baby. So negative 18 times negative 3 is positive 54.
And then I rewrote the 60 and 20, negative 24, and then I just by like terms on the side.
So those are like terms for us. So I get 6d minus 24. Let's see, 11 subtract 18. I have $11 in my pocket. Something costs $18. Negative 7. And it's negative 7d, agree? And then the plus 54. Do we seem to be okay so far? Now we're ready to start moving back and forth, I believe. Yeah, so plus 7d. Now, you're absolutely right with the plus 7d, but why did you choose to go plus 7d? I'm just curious. I mean, you had a choice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so the other choices, you could have subtracted 6d from both sides, or you could have added 24 to both sides. Obviously, we chose to add 7d to both sides, or we could have subtracted 54. If you do your math correctly, it doesn't matter which way you start with. Your answer will be the same if you did it correctly mathematically. So these cancel out. What does this first one give me? 13d. 6 plus 7 is 13, right? And then I get to that to be 54. Help me out. Add 24. 78? Ooh. Oh. 78 divided by 13, does it come out to a whole number?
Yeah.
What does it come out to?
6.
What? Beautiful. D is equal to 6. Hey, friends, do me this favor. So let's say tomorrow you do wind up with a fraction. Try it. If it comes out to a nice whole number, not a decimal, give me that answer. If it's a fraction that doesn't come out, don't give me the decimal, approximate. Give me the reduced fraction. Does that make sense? So like if you had an answer of 6/8, and you do this on a calculator, and you're like, oh, that comes out to 0.75, I don't want that answer. I want this to be reduced to 3/4. This is the answer I'm looking for, okay? Was there anything else we need to look at on the homework? We all good? My friends, I would like to turn to page 37. Turn to page 37. Okay? Now, if you don't have a book, you can come take a picture of mine, grab your phone, take a picture, and then just grab a sheet of paper. I have plenty of paper underneath there if you need a piece of paper. My goal, and I can't guarantee that I'll make it all the way through, but my goal is to get through as many of these as possible. Okay? Now, I want to show you all something to make sure we feel comfortable with this. Okay? I want to make sure that we're in the right place. Oops, not YouTube, my Cherry Creek. That's me. That's my password. Doesn't my password look just like your guys's?
Yeah.
Dot, 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 dot. All right. So when we go into Schoology, and we go into courses, we're going to find CP Algebra 1. Still follow me in this adventure? Okay. So the nice thing is, this is the folder for all of this chapter's odd answers. Okay. Next chapter, we'll have a new folder that'll go through as we progress through. We are in week 4. Agree? Yeah, we're moving along. So I want you to see something here. Okay. Notice it says Tuesday, September 6th, review. And then it says Tuesday, actual class period. Okay, so I will record this one early, and then this will be the class period. And then I have Wednesday, and there's a second Wednesday. Okay, this was the actual class. And then Thursday, take a look at Thursday. Thursday, it says that lecture only will actually be all 8 of these problems completely worked out. Okay, so my friends, if I don't get done, please find this one. If you see the one that says Thursday actual class, that's this class period. That means if I didn't get done, that means that this class period, go back and look at Thursday, September 8th lecture only. Okay? That would be good review. I'm not giving you homework tonight. I just want you to kind of have your thoughts collected. So if I don't get completely done with these eight problems, I would like you to know that we can go through the lecture and get all 8 problems this evening on your own time. You know where to find it? Hi. Thank you. Is that a deal? Does everyone know where to find this?
And,
Go ahead.
and also, too, just remember, guys, you do have a quiz tomorrow. And if you want to review over something, you can go into these videos tonight, even though you're not going to have homework. But if you're like, I really don't get when we do word problems, or I really don't understand when we do this, or this, or this, look at what we've posted, watch the video, and practice with it, okay? That's an easy way to study without having doing a study guide.
But here's also a nice thing, too. I love it. Thank you so much.
I got you.
So if I click this, it's going to take me, it says wants to redirect. So you go to the redirect, and it takes us to YouTube. Now, this is probably going to play through the speaker up top there. Full screen. There we go. So, oops.
This is from SL.
So here's a few things. I'm not going to play this video for you entirely. I just want you to realize these options. You can go into closed captioning. You go into closed captioning, change the closed captioning to whatever language you want. But you can also do this on YouTube. And I know you all probably know this, but I could change the speed.
Four more than means something. 3 times a number means something else.
They kind of talk a little funny.
So,
So,
4 more means 4 more than. So 4 more than.
so know that you have that available for you. Okay? So you can speed up the recording so it doesn't have to be a whole long recording for you. It can just be there that you have it available to help you. Okay? Yeah.
So we don't finish all 8.
They're all done in that video. They'll all be done in that video, okay?
Or homework if we don't finish all 8.
Well, I'm not going to collect homework tomorrow. So it's your choice. If you choose to watch the video, if we don't get done, it is what it is. All right. For sake of time, I'm just going to read these aloud, and then we're going to try and work them out. Okay? So problem number 1 on page 37 says 4 more than 3 times a number is 25. 4 more than. What does 4 more than mean? Yeah, there's going to be a plus 4 in there. Okay? So 4 more than. We're good. 3 times a number. How do I write 3 times a number mathematically? 3x is 25. Equals 25. My friends, this works out very nicely. Okay, just cancels out. 21 divided by 3. X equals 7. Is that okay? Now, on the video I have tonight, if you watch that video, I will have the word typed up. I highlight the certain specific stuff. So if you need some extra help, that might be something good for you to look at tonight. Okay? And again, it's your education, friends. You choose what's right for you. Problem number 2 says, let me read it twice first out loud. 2 more than 5 times a number is negative 18. 2 more than 5 times a number is negative 18. 2 more than, what does that mean? So I got a plus 2 in there. 5 times a number, how do I do it? 5x is negative 18. There it is. Pretty straightforward to work out. Divide by 5. That's it. And again, if you watch the video, the problems will be up there. They'll be highlighted and go through it. So it might help you a little bit, especially if there's no homework tonight. Okay, problem number 3. Number 3. Ooh. Number 3 says, the difference of twice a number and 7 is negative 17. The difference of twice a number and 7 is negative 17. So let's what does twice a number mean? Subtract. What does difference mean? So twice a number is 2x. Difference means subtract. So the difference of twice a number and 7. So what goes over here? 7 is negative 17. Okay, so the difference of twice a number. Twice a number is 2x. The difference of 2x and 7, so it's 2x minus 7, equals negative 17. Let's go through it. Those cancel. Was that negative 10? Am I doing this right? I sure hope so. We had 11?
Yeah, 11.
Okay. We're almost halfway there. Whoa, Bon Jovi didn't sing this song. All right. Number 4. Number 4 says the difference of 4 times the number and 3 is 25. The difference of 4 times the number and 3 is 25. What does 4 times the number mean? 4x. What does difference mean? Minus. And 3 is 25. Equals 25. So let me add that. There we go. So notice when I did those problems, yes, I didn't highlight, but I dealt with the 4 times a number first before I started putting the subtraction sign in. Okay? So keep an eye on that. May I move on? Just a second. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 5. 4 consecutive numbers add up to 46. Find the numbers. 4 consecutive numbers add up to 46. 4 consecutive numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and they add up to... All right, so consecutive numbers. If the first one's x, a consecutive number is like 7, 8, 9, 10. Those are consecutive numbers. So what should the next number be if the first one's x? It's not even or odd, though.
Oh.
Just plus 1. And then, thank you. Very good. Okay, so watch out on those. If it just says consecutive, that's the foundation. If it says even or odd, it'll be x, x plus 2, x plus 4. Okay? All right, how many x's do I have up here? 4. And then, let's see, 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. Oh, this one worked out nicely. Cancel. 4x equals 40. Divide by 4, divide by 4. X equals 10. Hey, am I all done at that point? No. I have 10, and then, yes. So I'm looking for all 4 of those answers. Okay? And if you're not sure how I get it, notice each one of those parts has an x. X equals 10. The first part's good. X plus 1, that's 10 plus 1 is 11. The next part, x plus 2, that's 10 plus 2 is 12. The next part, 10 plus 3 is 13. That's how I get the next part. We good to go? Everyone happy? Number 6. All right, let's read it out twice before we do anything. 3 consecutive numbers add up to negative 48. Find the numbers. 3 consecutive numbers.
So it's not going to be even or odd. So it's
Okay.
going to be plus.
And add up to negative 48. And 3 consecutive, so I have x and then what? And then? Okay. And again, the reason it's the x plus 1, x plus 2 is we're looking for consecutive numbers. If it says consecutive even or consecutive odd, then we're going to change that. Okay? How many x's do I have sitting up here? And then 1 plus 2 is? Pretty straightforward to work out. Whoop. Subtract 3, cancel. Is that negative 51? Divide by 3, divide by 3. I have a calculator. Let's see. Thank you. All right, watch this one. Careful here. This is negative 17. Okay? Now think about this before you shout it out. This is negative 17 plus 1. What is that? Negative 16. And then this one is negative 17 plus 2, which is negative 15. Careful on that, because we always want to count up, but make sure you're counting the right direction with these. So if I were to add negative 16, negative 17, or negative 17, negative 16, negative 15 together, or you get negative 48. They are consecutive numbers. Okay, they happen to be consecutive odd numbers, but they're consecutive numbers. Whoo, baby. My friends, can I move on to number 7? We good? All right, number 7. It says 2 basketball teams scored a total of 100 points. One of the teams scored 4 more points than the other team. Find the 2 scores. So we have 2 basketball teams. And they scored 100 points. All right. So far I have that. 2 basketball teams scored a total of 100 points. One of the teams scored 4 more than the other. So if one of the teams scored X, what did the other team have to score? X plus 4. Very good. Okay, so this is like team 1, and this is team 2. X plus X is 2X plus 4 equals 100. Work it out. Now, my friends, I'm going to tell you, a lot of you might say, hey, I could do a lot of this kind of stuff in my head. I just have to use a little logic. I got you. I'm teaching you a process with simpler numbers. Your process with larger numbers is going to be a lot harder to do. So divide by 2. Let's see, I get X equals, what is that, 48? Okay, so this team scored 48 points, and this team scored how many? 52, because I added 4 to it. 42 and 52 add to 100. Last question. Dude, I did get done.
We only have time to stay.
Oh, man, we're going to play hide and seek for the last 3 minutes. Yeah, but you have to hide in the class. It becomes real easy to find you. Unfortunately, that light stays on. Yeah. Huh? You guys are pulling the poster from the wall, hiding behind the poster. Yeah.
I mean, you could pull it. Maybe.
Jump inside.
All right, last question of the day. Let's do this. 2 football teams scored a total of 68 points. Okay, so let me build off that. 2 football teams scored a total of 68 points. Are you okay knowing this so far? Yeah. Team 1, Team 2, right? I don't care which teams they are. We just have Team 1, Team 2. All right. One of the teams scored 6 more points than the other. One of the teams scored 6 more points than the other. So one team scored X. What did the other team score? X plus 6. Very good. All right. X plus X is 2X. Let's work it out. Subtract 6. Subtract 6. 2X equals 62. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X equals 31. So this guy scored 31 points. How much did this guy score?
37.
That's kind of a weird football score. I mean, I know we can get to it, but that's kind of a weird score.
4 touchdowns and a field goal.
4 touchdowns and a field goal. What's the other one? 5 touchdowns and a safety. Right? Or 5 touchdowns where 2 of the touchdowns were 2-point conversions.
Yeah. 5 touchdowns against 2 of the conversions. No, 4.
All right. So, my friends, let's talk about this real quick. What should we do for tonight? We don't have an assignment that we've given you. So study. Where is a good place? Maybe if you're like, I'm not sure what to study. If you're like going, what should I study? What should be good? Go on Schoology. Take a look at the videos. Take a look at the notes maybe that are posted there. Take a look at both. Okay? Build upon your understanding of this, and you're going to do great. Yeah.
Calculator.
Huh? Yeah, you know one person's going to mess it up.
Bring a calculator.
Everyone bring a calculator, yes?
Also, take a picture of